and a half after me? 2 hours? How long has it been?
Maybe. I slept in longer than I wanted to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I like Daleville. Great town. It's kind of cool how you just spill right into the middle of it off the trail. And right there, you just have your choice of a couple hotels, grocery store, lots of restaurants. I ended up taking 2 zeros there. Yeah, we didn't have any intention on doing that, but it was nice. I'm gonna miss Daleville. Just passed under I-81. Plan on doing some pretty good miles today. Probably should after taking 2 days off. Just crossed US-11. I'm a little over 8 miles in so far this morning, and I just arrived at Curry Creek. Curry. I wouldn't mind having some curry right now. Just passed through Black Horse Gap. And I'm getting my first view at the Blue Ridge Parkway. Done almost 19 miles so far today, and it's still pretty early. Trail's been following along the Blue Ridge Parkway for about the last 5 miles. Haven't got to see many of the views. It's been raining the entire time. But it lit up a few minutes ago. And it looks like the sun's trying to come out. So I've got about 3 miles of the parkway left. Maybe I'll get a couple good views along the way. Weather's a lot nicer now. This is the Peaks of Otter overlook. And here comes a view from the Mills Gap overlook. And from here you can see the James River. Just crossed Route 43 at Farewell Gap, and that's pretty much where the trail leaves the Blue Ridge Parkway. a nice view out towards the west at just under 2,000 feet. This is actually right over the town of Buchanan. Trail has just come out to Route 614, and right now I'm crossing Jennings Creek. I believe there's camping around here, so I'm going to check that out. Finishing a 1,000-foot climb out of Jennings Creek, and we did end up camping at Jennings last night. Cool camping area. There's a path that's near the parking area that leads you back to an open area, and plenty of room for several tents. And today I'll be getting back above 4,000 feet on one of the two summits I'll do today. And also I'll be passing under the Guillotine. A little more than halfway through with my second biggest climb of the day. I'm at about 3,000 feet right now, and I'll end up at 3,500. And the Cornelius Creek shelter is about 1.5 miles ahead of me. I think I'll stop there, take a break, and get ready for the next one. I am at the Black Rock Overlook with a view from 3,334 feet. And I'm going to take a break here. I passed up that shelter because this was a little less than 1 mile ahead. Much better view here. Came across a side trail that goes down to Apple Orchid Falls, and I'm on it right now, and it's a pretty long side trail, 1.2 miles, and it goes down from the trail about 700 feet. So a little bit out of the way, but I didn't want to pass it up. Some of the coolest things I've seen on the AT so far have been on the side trails, like some of the waterfalls and the first Siler's Bald, and back in the Rowan, it's Grassy Ridge Bald. But there's been a few things. Almost to the falls, and came across this nice view to the north. There it is, Apple Orchid Falls, 200 feet from top to bottom. Back on the trail, and coming up next, the summit of Apple Orchid Mountain, and right after that, the Guillotine. This is the top of Apple Orchid Mountain at 4,189 feet. And I believe this is the highest in elevation I've been since Windrock, over 100 miles ago. Entering the Thunder Ridge Wilderness. It's the Guillotine. That is so cool. Hey, it's the Blue Ridge Parkway again. I forgot I'd run into it a couple times today. I just heard from Jessica, who's about a mile and a half ahead of me, at the Thunder Ridge Lookout, that they have trail magic there. She said there's burgers, chili dogs, Coke, lemonade, chips. I want some of that. So I bet this next mile and a half I'll do in record time.
Granola bar, if I may as well be just fine.
Ellen, you checking them hot dogs for her?
Oh no, I'm okay on hot dog. I'm just gonna have this wonderful pudding and a granola bar.
We do have, I think, one more black bean burger. Would you like this?
Just got finished with trail magic at the Thunder Ridge Lookout parking lot. It was good. Ate the hot dogs, drank the soda and chips. And now I've got this nice view at the Thunder Ridge overlook at 3,437 feet. Lots of great views today. Crossing Petite's Gap Road. Entering the James River Face Wilderness. At my second summit of the day at 3,049 feet. This is Highcock Knob. Nothing to see here. Looks like I'll be crossing the James River Bridge today, the longest footbridge on the AT. That'd be cool. Right now it's about 6.5 miles up, and a little worried that it's going to be dark by the time we get there. If we can get there by somewhere between sunset and last light, I bet that'd be pretty cool. Still 4.3 miles from the James River Bridge, but I'm getting my first look at the river. Right there. Made it to the James River footbridge and didn't make it by sundown, but I can still get a good look at it. So I guess I'll do a little night hiking across the bridge. Just left John's Hollow shelter. Camped there last night. I think we got in maybe a little bit before 10 o'clock. After a couple hours of night hiking. It's my third time night hiking, and I kind of like it. It's fun. And mileage wise, yesterday we did 30.3, and the day before that 28.3. So we're knocking out some pretty good miles. But the cool thing is still having time during the day to see everything. And for today, thinking about doing 20 miles to US-60 and catching a ride into Buena Vista, which I heard the locals actually pronounce Buena Vista. And right now, I am starting a 2,000 foot climb. I'm on Fuller Rocks on Little Rocky Row, and I'll actually make the summit of Little Rocky Row in a few minutes. From here you can see the James River that I crossed last night. And over here is Apple Orchid Mountain, where I was yesterday. Just hit the summit of Little Rocky Row at 2,445 feet, and a lot of the top is covered, but out here along the edges are some pretty nice views. Passing through Salt Log Gap on my way to summit Bluff Mountain. It's 1.5 miles ahead of me. Here's what it looks like from the top of Bluff Mountain at 3,323 feet. just crossed the Blue Ridge Parkway at Punchbowl Gap, and a couple other hikers there, and a family in a RV, and they offered to take us into Buena Vista. But at this point, we've only done maybe somewhere between 9 and 10 miles. That's not enough for today. So we're going to keep going to the original spot, about another 10 miles or so up at US-60, and then head into town. About to cross the Peddler River. Sitting at Brown Mountain Creek. Still have about 2.8 miles left to go to US-60.